The Fulanis has conquered this village. They started so many. In fact, they killed uncountable number of people.
But there is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you. That they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family beside you belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes.
Hi, what is in a woman? I could Oja bantu mene pilotimo, Oli sabi ni gwemo bilieno, Kulio bilio, Chukwo kikabiama, Boro na nyaga, Kulio bilio, Chukwo kikabiama, Boro na nyaga, Kulio bilisienu, Chukwo kikabiama, Pusiere na nyaga, Kulio bilienu, Chukwo kikabiama, Pusiere na nyaga. Maximum respect to my own diluted leader, Prophet Mazin Nandekano. EU kept quiet, America kept quiet, UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. EU kept quiet, America kept quiet, UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. EU kept quiet, America kept quiet, UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. EU kept quiet, America kept quiet, UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. They came from Sahel, they came from Chad, they came from Niger, Senegal and Mali, claiming our land, killing our people because of our blessings. My God, go to the bushes now, they're everywhere, kidnapping and killing people every day, raping and killing our women and men, slaughtering them in their front line. Hey God, kidnapping and killing Christians night and day, and nobody they talk. Chimo, dividing and ruling we anyhow, as if you're not human being. My God, abducting and killing Biafra every day, and the whole world to watch, the whole world to see. Uleo, Uleo, Chukwo kikabiama. Uleo, Chukwo kikabiama. Corona nyada, what is in the problem? They will barely come out, but they're about to make a pillow. What is happening? papa, they rape our mama. He go do me, we are one. Ishan and Banke, we are one people. The Robo Isoko, we are one. His own security, we are one people. Ogoni Kalabari, we are one. Calabar and Igbo, we are one. He go do me, we are one. Ishan and Banke, we are one people. Robo Isoko, we are one. His own security, we are one people. Ogoni Kalabari, we are one. Calabar and Igbo, we are one people. They splitted us, just to kill us. They rape our papa, they rape our mama, they rape our wives, they rape our girls, they rape our sisters, raping even our children, raping their cow with the concealer to women with the top and they die. Small, small, small. Oh man, Chukoki Kabiama, oh Nanyala, Chukoki Kabiama, oh Nanyala. Go to the one nation, wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, Biafra nation, wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, go to the one nation, wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, Biafra nation, wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, Massimo, Durani Labasian, Mohammed Durani Labasian. I want to worship in the golden altar. You said you are going to build in Arajuku. We are all in Biafra, we gather together to worship Him, the Elohim. We are all in Biafra, we gather together to worship Him in one accord. We are all in Biafra, round the world, we gather together to worship the Elohim. I love to worship in the golden altar. You said you are going to build in Arajuku. Massimo, Durani Labasian.
The information is that from December 9, December 10, December 11, December 12, and December 14, nobody should be seen outside. It is secret. Stay in your house. Use this time. Use today. Still 8. Buy everything you need. Stay in your house. Come out.
Anybody, any chairman of any market that is opened, any market you open, the chairman will hear from us. In Biafra land, any market you open, you will hear from us. We lost 5 million people. And you can, if you don't sit at home, we'll make you sit at home by force. People, no wonder we are suffering. You would have no appreciation of the sacrifice of the dead. You think everything is mercantilism, is buying and selling. You convert every situation into a currency. You always look at the monetary value of every circumstance you find yourself in. That is why we have saboteurs and traitors within. They want to convert their position into money so that Abuja can recognize them and come and give them money. But we'll get all of you one after. And they are so-called political elites. Everybody wants to be politically correct. Everybody wants to be politically correct. Everybody wants to please Fulani because of 2023. Because they control INEC, they control CBN, they control everything. Your political future. In fact, if they can put this on them in power, what can they not do? All of you were there claiming, this is our nation, Nigeria, without shit. You people, you discuss. ekwe omume, ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume, ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ka ọ na-eme. And I will announce to you today, we are now fighting them back. And we will continue to fight them back until we get to a point where the international community will listen to how they kill us and how we pick up arms to fight back. We are live and we are direct.
Zoo is panicking. Zoo is panicking.
I tell you the truth. It doesn't. I don't care who you are. I don't care. I will be. I have not just. I will. I have become your last bus stop. And said it from the beginning till now. I will be your end until Biafra come. Ekichigo munu bakikemu. Munyunu ni te. Ana mesinu de. Unu gano gidere raso until Biafra will come. And what we want to make abundantly clear is that we are warning everybody who is a stakeholder in the zoo about our determination and our resolve to ensure that our land is defended. This is a resolution we have reached, and it is cast in stone. Let us pray. For God in heaven, Almighty Creator, the ancients of the ancients, the maker of the heavens and the earth, you created everything that the mind of a living soul can imagine, but none created thee. That is why we say you are immortal, you are invisible, you are omnipotent. This very God that every generation who has ever had the grace of knowing thee have always testified to your goodness. That is the same God that we kneel and bow before. This God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help even in this time of Janjaweed trouble, even in this time of Fulani rage and terrorism. Therefore we shall fear no evil. This IPOB shall fear no evil. Even if the whole world is against us, even if Britain intensifies their effort to crush this very light of hope in sub-Saharan Africa, even though they shake the mountains, even though the seas may rise, even though they may give all the weapons and ammunition to the Zoological Republic, no matter what they do, no matter how they foment their rage, it doesn't matter to us. For God, Chukokika Biama, is in the land of Biafra. We shall never ever be moved. This God of the ancients will help us now and forevermore. For Biafra shall come, and this Lord of hosts is with us. Chukwokika Biama, the same God of Jacob, this same God of Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego, this God that never abandons his people, this same God is our refuge, and we proclaim it unashamedly that this God that we kneel and bow before, we shall worship thee, for Biafra is your promise, your word is yea and amen. Instead of your word not to come to pass, heaven and earth will cease to exist. Upon this very hope we anchor all our belief that Biafra shall come in our time, and we pray that it come this very year, that your glory may be made manifest in the lives of men, that we may kneel and bow before thee. Nyahan soro tutona nsoporo ne jamani bisiala chineke nanke prumi yenine ko tutoni ne wedregeze denso ubama wombani ne bigebi. He said
the information is that from December 9, December 10, December 11, December 12, and December 14, nobody should be seen outside. This city. Stay in your house. Use this time. Use today. Stay 8. Buy everything you need. Stay in your house. Come out.
Anybody, any chairman of any market that is opened, any market you open, the chairman will hear from us. In Biafra land, any market you open, you will hear from us. We lost 5 million people. And you can, if you don't sit at home, we'll make you sit at home by force. People, no wonder we are suffering. You would have no appreciation of the sacrifice of the dead. You think everything is mercantilism, is buying and selling. You convert every situation into a currency. You always look at the monetary value of every circumstance you find yourself in. That is why we have saboteurs and traitors within. They want to convert their position into money, so that Abuja can recognize them and come and give them money. But we'll get all of you one after. And they are so-called political elites. Everybody wants to be politically correct. Everybody wants to be politically correct. Everybody wants to please Fulani because of 2023. Because they control INEC, they control CBN, they control everything. Your political future. In fact, if they can put this on them in power, what can they not do? All of you were there claiming, this is our nation, Nigeria, without shame. You people, you discuss. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody who has connected to the program this evening. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every one of you. I'm sorry I came a little bit late. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for your patience. I appreciate everybody, those who are in the comment section, those who are commenting, and those who are not commenting. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect you. I welcome Namde. Nandi, I welcome you. Thank you for joining, Nandi. Diana Agumbiade, thank you so much, Diana. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being there. Vincent Chooks, thank you so much for joining. Vincent, I appreciate you. Amechi Jonas, Amechi, my brother, you're always there. Thank you so much for joining, Amechi. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Kingsley Ibekwe, thank you, Kingsley. Thank you for joining, Kingsley. I appreciate you. Immaculate Eze, thank you so much for joining, Immaculate. I appreciate everybody that have joined me on this broadcast, those who are commenting, those who are not commenting, those who are in the comment section, any place you are and you are there, I appreciate you and I thank you for joining. Amy Semi, thank you so much for joining. Amy Sami, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you, Amy Sami. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you for your contributions. And everybody that have joined this platform today, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect you. Please, as you join, you know how we do it. Please try to like the broadcast and share. That is how we do it. That is how we do it here. For those who are coming for the very first time, click the notification bell, subscribe. But the most important thing you have to do for us here once you join is to like the broadcast and share. Like and share, like and share. Check if you have not subscribed, you make sure you subscribe so that you click the notification, you'll be on time each time we come to broadcast. MC Cam, thank you for joining. MC Cam, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. Ken Chuku, thank you for Ken Chieku. Thank you so much for joining, Ken Chieku. I appreciate you. Thank you all who has connected to this great program today. We have come again to encourage ourselves. You know what we do here? We always come here to encourage Biafrans. As we are heading into Biafra land, we would not stop talking about it. We will not stop encouraging each other. And we will not stop setting the record straight. That is why I'm here. I'm here today to encourage every one of us to know how prepared we are in getting into Biafra. It is very, very clear that we are walking into Biafra majestically. Though some people don't believe us, some people don't think we are making sense, some people call us troublemaker, some people say we don't know what we are doing. But does that matter? It doesn't matter. What they say doesn't matter. What matters is what you have in your mind, what you are saying. What they are saying out there doesn't matter. What matters to us is what is Chukwu Okike Abiama saying about us. What Chukwu Okike Abiama says about us is what matters. That is what matters to me. And that should be what matters to you. Because our enemies will never make a good speech about us. Our enemy will never say something good about us. If you're expecting your enemy to praise you and give you some beautiful name, you wait forever. Your enemy will always counter you. Your enemy will always give you a bad name. Your enemy will always bring you down. They will always make you feel that you don't know what you are doing. But I tell you, we know what we are doing. Don't allow anybody to distract you. We are fighting on today, and we continue to fight on. Because our freedom is sure. As we are heading to a sit at home, which is a mandatory agreement we reach, a resolution that we have reached, all Biafrans to sit at home and make sure that we move on to the restoration of Biafra. That sit at home is not like other sit at home you have been seeing. It is not like other sit at home you see. You have never had somebody come and tell you that sit at home will be forced. All this while, when we have been having the solidarity sit at home with Mazen Nandekano, we are having only solidarity sit at home with Mazen Nandekano to make sure that the world hear our voice, that our Supreme Mazen Nandekano is invitation. But this very one is a different one. It's a different one. This is a sit at home that is going to launch us into the liberation of Biafra. A sit at home to make sure that we speak loud and tell these people we are not part of the zoo and we never be part of it. To let them know that they cannot hold election in Biafra land. To let the world know that we are serious and we don't want to be part of the zoo anymore. That is why we are seeing that sit at home. And that sit at home will be enforced because there are some people who are bent on dragging us back. There are some people who are bent on dragging us back. There are some people who are bent on distracting us. There are some people who doesn't know their left and right. That is why it will be enforced. Just like my spokesperson, Master Manako, has said, that it doesn't matter what you say, whether you like it or not. In 2023, we are going to Abakaleke every one of you into Biafra land. If that is what it's going to take, so be it. If that is what it's going to take, so be it. You call us a Perima. If you call us a Perima, in 2023, we are going to Perimanize you into Biafra land, whether you like it or not. Call us any name you like. It doesn't matter to us anymore. We don't care. Whatever adjective you use to qualify us, we are going to use it to catapult you into Biafra land. I am here today because of my fellow Biafrans. You hear that sit at home? It is mandatory because Biafrans people say so. The sit at home is mandatory in Biafra land because Biafrans say so. It's not because Master Samuel says so. It's not his making. This is an agreement by Biafran people that we will sit at home to let the zoo know that we are out. We will not be part of them. We are going home. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter their propaganda development. We are going home. And home we must go. Any place you are in Biafra land, you must have to sit up. Any part of Biafra land where you are, you must have to sit up. You must have to sit up. It cannot be business as usual anymore. We are stepping up the game. We are stepping up, and it is not a joke. We have been hearing the shout of Mazen Nandekano for so many years, more than a decade. Mazen Nandekano has been crying and shouting for Biafra, asking for people to rise up and wake up. That time have come. That time have come. The time that we have resolved that we'll go into Biafra land. Is it going to be easy? It's not going to be easy. Does the sacrifice worth it? It wants it. That is what matters. Does it want the sacrifice? It wants it. That is what matters. And that should be your joy. That at the end of it all, happiness will return. At the end of it all, joy will return. At the end of it all, victory definitely will be ours. That is why you have to be happy. You need to thank God and be happy. Because no man born of a woman is going to stop our movement into Biafra land. Biafra will come. Whether they like it or they don't like it. It doesn't really matter what they say this time around. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter anymore. Whatever anybody has to say, whatever propaganda, blackmail they bring from east, west, and south, it doesn't matter to Biafrans anymore. We are concentrating on walking into Biafra. The journey has started. The journey has started. And we are going to intensify it and kick it off on Friday. Begin to prepare yourself. Do not put yourself in harm's way. When you hear us talk about sit at home, for those of them who are asking so many questions, we are not asking sit at home because we want to wicked you. We are not saying sit at home because we want to make you suffer. We are not telling you to sit at home because of selfish interest or to exercise power. That is not what it's all about. You see, it baffles me sometimes when you see people begin to interpret it as if we want to exercise power. We want to lord it over them. That is that of wickedness. We want to make people suffer. That is not the aim of the sit at home, and you know that. If you are sincere to yourself, you know that the reason for the sit at home, it is not out of wickedness. Not because we want to exercise power. Not because we want to show off. No.
It is because of our future. Because it's a matter of life and death. Because our land is in danger. Because we have become an endangered species in our land. And nobody is speaking for us. Nobody is speaking up for us. And if we keep silent, they are going to wipe us out. Already, so many of our villages have been taken over. And some of us are not paying attention. We are sitting at home because we have no voice anymore. Nobody is representing us. Nobody anywhere. Not in the zoo. Not in the world. Not in Africa. We don't have representation anywhere. We have been shouting and crying. The world hears our voice. And they kept silent. We shout and shout. The African Union hear our voice. But they kept silent. In the zoo, we have shouted and shouted and shouted. They hear us and they kill us more. In our own various states, we have been crying and shouting. They invite the military to kill us. In our villages, we have cried. They say we should shut up. We don't have any voice anymore. That is why we have come together to resolve that we are going to take our fate in our hand to save ourselves. And we have decided that we're going to kick it off by sitting at home 5 straight good days on sitting at home to let them know that the election can no longer hold in our zone. To let them know that the flag of Biafra that is flying high is not a joke. To let them know that we are ready to defend our land by all means possible. It is not out of envy. It's not because of our resources. It is not because we have a lot of resources. Not because we are proud. Not because we are arrogant. Not out of hatred. But it is a matter of life and death. We have become an endangered species in our land. And we will do everything possible to protect our land. In case you think it's a joke, I'll give you a reminder. Watch it.
The Fulanis has conquered this village. They started so many, in fact, they killed uncountable number of people. They are bringing in the Fulanis, Janjaweed, jihadist system into our land. But we've promised them that not even of our landed properties will be given to them. Not at all, not in this life. It's not going to be possible. Look at it. People have run away. Their properties, everything. Look at their homes. Yeah. So their homes everywhere deserted. The men are out. Eastern Security Network are out. Look at the men are out. The men are out. Eastern Security Network. The real men are out. The real men are out. Look at it. We are going into the forest, looking for them. Looking for them. The men are out. We are looking for the Fulanis. This is how we've been going into the forest, looking for all of them. In the zoo, the enemies will run away. The enemies will be destroyed.
It is not a child's play. We must defend our land. When we are saying that villages have been ransacked, some of you take it for a joke. That is why it is important that we play a video to remind you where we are and what is going on in Biafra land. You saw a village where there's no single person existing there. The Fulani people have sacked them from the village, killed so many people and take over the village. And you saw the ESN coming in town. The sit at home is real and it will be enforced. Do not put yourself in the harm's way. Any place you are watching from, do not put yourself in the harm's way. It is not a joke. If you think it's a joke, think again.
The information is that from December 9, December 10, December 11, December 12, and December 14, nobody should be seen outside. Just stay in your house. Use this time. Use today, the 8th, buy everything with stay in your house, come out.
Anybody, any chairman of any market that is opened, any market you open, the chairman will hear from us. In Biafra land, any market you open, you will hear from us. We lost 5 million people. And you can, if you don't sit at home, we'll make you sit at home by force. People, no wonder we are suffering. You would have no appreciation of the sacrifice of the dead. You think everything is mercantilism, is buying and selling. You convert every situation into a currency. You always look at the monetary value of every circumstance you find yourself in. That is why we have saboteurs and traitors within. They want to convert their position into money so that Abuja can recognize them and come and give them money. But we'll get all of you one after. And their so-called political elite.
You had it. The sit at home is to save your life. This is not the time to begin to talk about your commerce. This is not the time to be selfish. The sit at home is not about an individual. It is for every one of us to secure our life. Do not put yourself in the harm's way. And when you hear the voice of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you begin to imagine, is it this same Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that will come and call off the sit at home? It is clear that today we are dealing with evil men. In that short clip, you saw Mazen Nnamdi Kanu explain it all. Those who are going to Abuja to be relevant, they will come and tell you there will be no sit at home. Those who want to collect bribe from the governors, they will come and tell you there will be no sit at home. Last time they collected 40 million to stop the sit at home, but this time the sit at home wasn't met with them. They were able to succeed then because they were the one that mentioned the sit at home. They were able to stop that one that time, make that announcement and get that money because then they were the people who talked of the sit at home. They are the people who announced it. That was why they were able to collect bribe on it. And even though they were the one that announced it, they couldn't stop it. If they couldn't stop the sit at home they announced, is it the sit at home that the Biafran people by themselves announced? Is that the one you're going to stop? If you cannot stop the sit at home that you initiated, is it the one that Biafran people came together to initiate? Is that the one you can stop? Think again. You are a dreamer. Keep dreaming. Keep dreaming. I say go on dreaming. Go ahead and continue to dream. You can't stop the sit at home. It doesn't matter how you try. The more you try, the more you advertise it. And I thank you. They are even helping us to broadcast it on their media. They help us to write it on their papers. They help us to report it. If you cannot stop the sit at home that you engineered, is it the one that the Biafran people gather together to you can stop? And tell me, is it this same Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that is speaking here with anger that we call off a sit at home? It is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that laid the foundation that we are following. It's Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that gave us that tool, and we know when to use it. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu gave us that tool, and we know when to use it. And one of the times where we have to use that tool is the time that we are in. If you're a businessman, that day is not for your business. If you're a banker, any place as long as you're in Biafra land, whatever you are doing, you're working for government, state government, federal government, you are working for your company, it is a sit at home that day. It doesn't matter what you call yourself. It doesn't matter which person you're working for. Sit at home. That is what the Biafran people said. That is what the Biafran people have agreed. That every one of us will sit at home. If you think otherwise, come out. If you think otherwise, come out. You always know what the Janjaweed will do. You know that every time we want to make a loud speech through our sit at home, you know the Janjaweed will always come on the stage. You know that we come and dance on the stage. And those who will fall victim are those stubborn ones. Those stubborn ones, stubborn civilians who cannot be able to relax themselves and follow simple instruction, they are the one that will fall victim. That is why we are shouting. The purpose of the broadcast and continuous announcement and broadcast is to save life. Is to make sure that we call attention of people to secure you. Does the time deserve a sit at home? It deserves a sit at home, even more days. But I tell you, any place you are watching from, if you are in Biafra land, prepare yourself. If you are watching from abroad, get information across. Please like this video and share it. Let every one of us on this very platform today, make sure you share this video to one person. Make it the point of duty that you will share this video to one person. Share it to at least one person. Share it to at least one platform. Any platform you belong, just share it at least one platform and give like. It is very important. When you like the video, I tell you, information is key. At this particular point in time, you have to help us, those of us in media, those of us in the media team, you have to help us. The only and major help you can help us is to share videos. Click like. When you come into a broadcast, you click like and you share. That liking and share helps the social media to trigger an algorithm that will send information to others to make them know that, yes, you are online. So many of us have thousands of subscribers, but yet when you come online, you see only few people. It is because notification is not going around. That is why you see few people, because they are not getting notification. And the only way they can be able to be getting that notification is when you are clicking like and sharing. When you are clicking like and sharing, you will force the algorithm to shift the information to them, and they will join us. It is a role that you have to play along with us. We can't do that alone. The sit at home is real. It wants it. Is it going to be easy? It's not going to be easy, but it wants it. On the way to our freedom, there is going to be a lot of sacrifice. Sacrifice will be made, and you have to be ready. If not for anything, know it here that our Supreme Amazon Nandekano has said it, that he will sacrifice anything sacrificable to get Biafra. He has given his parents, and today he put his own life on the line for you and I. Mazen Nandekano put his life on the line for you and I. We're only asking you to sit at home to secure yourself. The instruction is not to come out and shoot anybody. Nobody asked you to come and carry arms or carry flag and begin to walk around. Nobody said that. The instruction is sit at home. Allow the stage for the right people to come out. Allow the stage for the right people to come out and sanitize the land. If you know that you don't like what is happening in Biafra land, the killing and abduction that is happening in Biafra land, if you know you don't like it, sit at home for these 5 good days. If you know you want the insecurity in Biafra land to stop, if you know you want the insecurity you see in Biafra land to stop, sit at home for these 5 days. It doesn't matter how difficult it is. It worth it. You sat at home during the COVID-19. You were at home for more than a month. And even when food was provided for you, they denied you that food. You survived. You didn't die. That was sitting at home for no just cause. During the COVID-19, it was just a sit at home for no just cause. Cannot be justified. But this one is a sit at home to impact in your life, in your generation. A sit at home to turn your life around. A sit at home to make sure that your generation survives. And it is only 5 days. No sensible man will say no to such. If these 5 days will change the story of your life, it's not too much. It's not too much. To sit at home for 5 days to change narrative, it's not too much of a sacrifice. It's worth it. Do not put yourself in the arm's way. Do not put yourself in the arm's way. Do not put yourself in the arm's way. A lot is going to be happening going forward. A whole lot is going to be happening. You know, for a very long time, I'll be broadcasting, I'll be shouting and telling people to get some food stuff, get it around you. If you know what you get, I have been talking about it, broadcasting about it, but people don't pay. Sometimes when we say things, they take it for a bluff. If you have started preparing all this while we have been announcing the Master Simon have announced on platform so many times, get food stock that will last you for 1 month, for 2 weeks. He has announced it several times. I announced it several times on my platform. Get food stuff. Stock food up. All those essential things that you need on daily basis, your toiletries, stock them up. If you have started from when we were announcing, by now you must have gathered enough. It is only 5 days. And I bet you Chukwu Kukabema is going to strengthen you for that 5 days. As long as you're sitting at home for the right cause. As long as you're doing it for the right cause, Chukwu Kukabema will hold you strong. The same way you survived 1 month without food, without nothing, you survived it. And here are you today. This one is much more important and much more better because it's going to change your life. After this one, your life will not be the same. A sit at home to create a turnaround. You want to put a stop. If you want the insecurity in Biafra to stop, you want the trouble in Biafra, you want the intimidation and oppression in Biafra to stop, prepare yourself for the sit at home. And don't try to dare the devil. Don't try to dare the devil. Sit at home and secure your life. Don't try to play a hitman. Don't try to listen to propaganda. Don't call it a bluff. If you call it a bluff, at your own risk, whatever happens to you, you are going to be responsible for it. Your blood will be on your head. As I have always said on my program, it is not our desire that any innocent person should lose his life. It is not the desire of the autopiloted platform, autopiloted IPOB of Mazen Nandekan, the incorruptible IPOB of Mazen Nandekan, autopiloted by Chukwu Kukabema. It is not our desire that any innocent man or woman should lose his or her life. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your dialect. It doesn't matter your location. It doesn't matter whom you are. As long as you are genuine and innocent, it is not our desire that you lose your life. We'll be much more happy if everybody that is genuine is saved. Everything you see us doing today is to make sure that life is being saved. It's not to take life, to save life. Even when we saw that the enemy have turned against us, they push all manner of propaganda and blackmail against us. But are we going to allow them? We won't allow them. You see their blackmail they're bringing. That Mazen Nan, they cannot say we shouldn't do what we do. That is rubbish. That is how evil they are. They are so scared about the coming of Biafra. They know that in Biafra you cannot find criminality. That is why today you see Mazen Simon Ekpa, our spokesperson, tearing them apart. Their evil cannot be hidden anymore. Their wickedness cannot be hidden. On daily basis, their wickedness is being exposed. One exposition to the other. There's no hiding place for them. No hiding place for the saboteurs. No hiding place. Today, they are so naked that you can't hide anything. So naked. Except you're not paying attention. And I tell you, everything that Man Samaneka said is not black. Man Samaneka, that is why I love him. He doesn't blackmail. He doesn't push propaganda. He doesn't blackmail. Whatever he says, he will even give you evidence with things you see, the things you have seen with your eyes, and he explains them more for you to understand. Things that you have seen within you, that you have seen, and you need to pay attention. That is how good he is. It's not about the secret things you have known, not about the private investigation you have made. He will give you instances with the things you have seen, the things you can see, the videos that are in the public. He will narrate it for you and explain it to you to understand. That is how good he is. So when he is talking about these saboteurs today, all these evil men, he is not talking from hearsay or information that you don't know. They are information that you and I already have seen and known, but we don't pay attention to it. Until when he calls our attention to it, then we begin to understand it better. If not, would you have known that somebody who claimed to represent him as a Nandekano will go to court without an evidence? How can you imagine that a lawyer representing Mazen Nandekano in a critical case, a case that is so critical that a case that somebody can equally lose his own life, you went to that very court without any critical evidence? You went there with a hearsay as your point of defense. Would you have believed it? If not for the fact that somebody was able to dig in and get the result of the judgment. If not, someone was able to dig in and get the result, you wouldn't know. So much wouldn't know. Because all this while we take things for joke, and all this while it has been about trust. Who knows what he has been doing on that days? That might be the way he has been defending Mazen Nandekano all this while by a mere hearsay. Would you have known? That is to show you how what kind of a betrayer he is. Somebody who is defending our spirit Mazen Nandekano in a court, in a critical case like this, in a critical case, equally take somebody's life. And yet, you went to that defense of the man without any critical evidence. You only went in with nothing, empty hand, with a mere hearsay, to defend the supreme leader of IPOB. Ask me, what have you been doing all this while? And when you saw what Man Samuel read out from that very statement, you see that this man didn't have any point. Even the point that Aloy Ejimako, the very point that Aloy Ejimako has won already in Abia State, that one alone that every Biafran have it on their head. The court of Mazen Nandekano has won. Every single one of us as Biafran, we have that one in our head, even if you're not a lawyer. If you're not a lawyer, you can use that one to put the defense of Mazen Nandekano. But this man could not be able to remember that. He was only basing his argument on the mere hearsay. That senior advocate of Nigeria, Michael Zakama, told him, reporting a speech of the senior advocate, there was no concrete evidence on the ground. At a critical point in time, when you have to stamp your ground to take away your client who has been pronounced innocent, who has been discharged, you couldn't present anything. And the most wicked part is that he came out and he began to announce discharged and acquitted. He began to include acquitted in his discussion, even when he knows that there was nothing like acquitted in what they wrote in the court. He began to include it. That is how wicked this man is. It has become necessary that we will do the needful. And the state that we are now, we will not leave any stone unturned. It has become needful. You know, I have been saying it, that the release of Mazen Nandekano is in the hand of the Biafra. And that is why each time when we are coming together as Biafrans to make a speech, he's mad. Now you begin to see why they are fighting against sit at home. When you say one day sit at home, all hell break loose, they will tell you how many businesses have been destroyed. They will tell you about the economy. Anytime you talk about sit at home to reach Mazen Nandekano, you see complaints. Just because they don't want him out. For one selfish reason or the other, they don't want Mazen Nandekano out. But I tell you, the Biafran people will bring Mazen Nandekano out. We will bring Mazen Nandekano. Not only bringing him out, we will hand him over Biafra, which is the ultimate freedom that Mazen Nandekano desires. The gift we can give to Mazen Nandekano that he desires, the freedom we can give him is Biafra. And that is what the autopiloted group, led by Mazen Samuel, under the leadership of Mazen Nandekano, we hand over to him. That is why the sit at home must hold. Any place you are in Biafra land, you don't take it for a joke.
The information is that from December 9, December 10, December 11, December 12 and December 14. Nobody should be seen outside. It is secret. Stay in your house. Use this time. Use today. Still 8. Buy everything you need. Stay in your house. Come out.
Anybody, any chairman of any market that is opened, any market you open, the chairman will hear from us. In Biafra land, any market you open, you will hear from us. We lost 5 million people. And you can, if you don't sit at home, we'll make you sit at home by force. People, no wonder we are suffering. You would have no appreciation of the sacrifice of the dead. You think everything is mercantilism, is buying and selling. You convert every situation into a currency. You always look at the monetary value of every circumstance you find yourself in. That is why we have saboteurs and traitors within. They want to convert their position into money so that Abuja can recognize them and come and give them money. But we'll get all of you one after. And they are so-called political elites. Everybody wants to be politically correct. Everybody wants to be politically correct. Everybody wants to please Fulani because of 2023. Because they control INEC, they control CBN, they control everything. Your political future. In fact, if they can put this on them in power, what can they not do? All of you were there claiming, this is our nation, Nigeria, without shit. You people, you discuss.
You had Mazen Nandekano right. I tell you, the message of Mazen Nandekano is a pistol. You don't need to wait for Mazen Nandekano to tell you anything from the DSS. Every single information that we need to use going into 2023, Mazen Nandekano left it in package for us. You don't need to go to him. You don't need to wait for Mazen Nandekano to speak from DSS. No. Every single information we need to walk into Biafra, Mazen Nandekano has kept it. And that is our duty as media. We begin to bring it out for you to see. Every question you are asking. That's why I tell people that Mazen Simon Ekpa is building on the foundation of Mazen Nandekano. Mazen Simon Ekpa is not laying any new foundation. For the record, he is not laying any new foundation. He is building on that foundation led by Mazen Nandekano. That is why he called himself disciple of Mazen Nandekano, spiritual son of Mazen Nandekano. That is why he goes further to tell you that he goes to the heart of Mazen Nandekano to take message and give us. If you doubt it, at your own risk. If you doubt the message of Mazen Simon Ekpa, at your own risk. Mazen Nandekano said, listen to him. Watch his videos and share it. It doesn't matter what you think. Your envy, your jealousy, your hypocrisy cannot change anything. The truth will remain the truth. Your envy, your jealousy, your hypocrisy cannot change anything. It cannot change the fact that Mazen Simon Ekpa is building on the foundation of Mazen Nandekano. Mazen Nandekano left every information that you and I need to walk into Biafra. If you are a market leader, you will have a business in Biafra land, you have a company. The banks, whatever you call them, either federal bank or local bank or individual bank, whatever thing you have in Biafra land, this is not the time. Please, these 5 days, stay away. Stay away. This is about our life. It's a matter of life and death. Mazen Nandekano was speaking for today. That voice he had was speaking about today. You have heard him clearly. If you are a market leader and you refuse, you expose people to danger. You expose people to danger. You have your bank or you have any business and you expose people to danger. You will answer from us. You'll be held responsible for anything that happens to anybody around you. You will be held responsible for anything that happens to anybody you misled. Because we know that they will come. Of course they will come. But we want you to stay away from arm's way. Just keep away from the arm's way. Allow the people who have the responsibility to maintain law and order to be there. There are people who are there to secure you. They are going to come out. Give way for them. Do not go and expose yourself and put yourself in harm's way. That is what we are asking. We are not trying to showcase our muscle. We are not trying to show how brave and how smart we are. We are not trying to lord it over you. No. This is an agreement that we have reached within ourselves, all Biafrans. And it is for peace, to have peace in our zone, to maintain law and order in our zone, to make sure that we speak loudly for our coming nation, Biafra. It doesn't matter what anybody does or says. They can't change us. They can't distract us. And before we proceed, let us hear once again from Mazen Nandekan. They have to tell us.
Our people cannot see because they are blind. People cannot see because they are blind. But we are here to open your eyes in the blessed land of Biafra, where we are under the bondage of the zoo because a few idiots want to be president of Nigeria. Because after that, then what happens? All of them killing themselves over Jonathan presidency. From the so-called Niger Delta or Yoruba that was dying because of Obasanjo presidency. Where are they today? They are still the ones crying that things are not okay. So you think as an Igbo man, if you're there for 8 years, somehow, miraculously, you will change anything? Ironsi tried and they killed him. Use your brain. It was meant to be Alex Ekwueme after Shagari. Buhari overthrew the government in 1983. Some of you don't know history. Rather than allow an Igbo man to become the president, they did a coup. Some of you need to reason very well. Also, you claim you went to school, you should be able to use your brain. How can you believe it? People who are foolish, they cannot, because of the Nchonche wild chicken change they give you in Abuja. You guys have a house in Abuja because of that. You are going to suffer and die. There are mad people. You've not seen anything yet. You have not seen anything yet. People are free to do whatever they like because they are not coming out openly to support Biafra because of their business interest, because they are selfish, because they do not understand what patriotism is, because also they were groomed by Fulani Janjaweed to do exactly what they are doing. That's the reason why they are the way they are. Our people, let me tell you something. Everybody who was a multimillionaire after the war was a saboteur during the war. That's what they do. Everybody who was a multi-millionaire immediately after the war was a saboteur during the war. It has benefited most of our people over the years, and they are continuing in that very vein, which is very, very sad indeed. Very, very sad indeed. That is why we need a revolution. And in a revolution, you cleanse all these idiots. Of course, I'm not going to say what will happen to them. There will be no more. That I can assure you. You are going to come out again to try and defend your right to exist in the land of your ancestors. People talk about tanker explosion. I want to ask you this question. You know, a lot of people don't understand what the Janjaweed, the Fulanis have in store for us. Every time we hear about a tanker explosion somewhere, why don't these tankers explode in the north? Why are they not exploding in the north? I ask, why is it that all this gas explosion, these cylinders exploding and killing people doesn't happen in the north? That is to tell you that they know what they're doing. It's part of the coordinated attack to deplete the populations of the south, to make us become very fearful, and to make us easy prey for the taking by Janjaweed terrorists from the Sahel. Even those who supported the coming of this Janjaweed government, this terror organization, now it is clear to my Yoruba friends that what you have in Asarok is a terrorist organization masquerading as president, because there's no Buhari. Everyone knows that very well. There's no Buhari. What you have is a terror organization masquerading as presidency, now coming out to defend what is in effect indefensible. And it is very, very sad.
Did you hear our supreme leader? These are the message for today that we are in. Every single message you see Mazen Nandekan preach on these very clips I'm playing, they were preached for today. These messages are in preparation for today. These messages are after listening to Mazen Nandekan, I see no reason why you should not sit at home. After hearing directly from our Supreme Mazen Nandekan, this is him talking to you directly in a free world, not from DSS. Not from DSS. If you want to know what Mazen Nandekan thinks, about what we are doing today, about the action that our spokesperson, Master Madepa, is taking on behalf of Biafra people. If you want to have an answer, what Master Naka will respond? The response is just what I played for you. These are messages from Master Nandeka. Not the other way around, not telling us to stop what we are doing or stop sitting at home. No. What you had here are the reasons why we must sit at home. You have seen the confirmation. Some of us are not paying attention. Some of us are not reasoning properly. That is why we must fight by all means to make sure we liberate people. And after hearing the voice of Mazen Nandekano, you don't have any other doubt than to make sure you see that.
The information is that from December 9, December 10, December 11, December 12, and December 14, nobody should be seen outside. It is secret. Stay in your house. Use this time. Use today. Stay 8. Buy everything you need. Stay in your house. Come out.
Anybody, any chairman of any market that is opened, any market you open, the chairman will hear from us. In Biafra land, any market you open, you will hear from us. We lost 5 million people. And you can, if you don't sit at home, we'll make you sit at home by force. People, no wonder we are suffering. You would have no appreciation of the sacrifice of the dead. You think everything is mercantilism, is buying and selling. You convert every situation into a currency. You always look at the monetary value of every circumstance you find yourself in. That is why we have saboteurs and traitors within. They want to convert their position into.
You had our supreme leader. You must sit at home. It is for your own benefit. It's my own benefit. It's not going to be easy, but it's something that we must have to do. It is a call that we must answer. Every single one of us as Biafran, we must answer that call. We must answer that call. And before I end this broadcast, I'm going to play another voice of Mazen Nandekano. Another message of Mazen Nandekano for us to know what his answers are. So many questions you are asking are already being answered by Mazen Nandekano. All you got to do is to pay attention.
The information is that
questions,
from December 9,
the answers are there for
December 10,
the answers are there for me.
December 11, December 12, and December 14. Nobody should be seen outside. It is secret. Stay in your house. Use this time. Use today. Stay 8. Buy everything you need. Stay in your house. Come out.
Anybody, any chairman of any market that is opened, any market you open, the chairman will capitulated because of your tribal affiliations or religious considerations. They managed to divide each and every one of you. But today you must make up your mind what you want to do. Do you want to change your lives, or do you want to continue residing in a damnable zoological republic with no hope, way, or means out of the mess that you're in? Why can't we change our lives? Those who are telling you that a revolution is not the best way to go about it, ask them, how come Russia is advanced today? How come the United Kingdom, Britain is advanced today? How come Germany is advanced today? How come France is advanced? How come Spain is advanced? How come the United States of America, of course, the greatest country on this very earth, is where they are today? Is because in each and every of these countries, there was a revolution. Either a violent overthrow of a very corrupt and inept regime, or there was what I would refer to as intellectual revolution. In Africa, none of these appears to be present at the moment. Those of them that commenced the NSAS protest tried as much as they can, but the forces that be overwhelmed them, the forces of darkness, the forces of hate, the forces of retrogression, the forces of iniquity prevailed, especially with the help of their journalists and their media houses. But this time around, we must prepare ourselves. But before we do so, we must ask this very important question. Are we all prepared for this very change that is about to come? Are we mentally tough enough to withstand all the garbage that will be thrown at us? Are you strong enough to jettison every emotional consideration that has to do with tribe, ethnicity, or religion? Once we are able to overcome all of this nonsense, believe you me, this very next phase of revolution will stand and stand very, very strongly. Everybody knows that Nigeria is a scam, a very big one at that. Nigeria is being run by an extremist bunch of dictators called the presidency. All of you know this. Everybody understands this very fact that Buhari is no more. You know that Buhari is dead. Everybody knows. But those still perpetuating this very myth that Buhari is alive are those pinning their hopes on 2023. So this is a collection of odd bedfellows. These are people who are determined by every means available to cling on to power, to continue to impoverish you, to continue to allow terrorists from all across the Sahel to occupy your farmlands and your forests. They rape your mothers, they abduct your sisters, they kill your traditional rulers, they kill the daughters of your prominent men, and you do nothing about it. Because their only consideration is to keep you focused on this very elusive, better Nigeria to come. You and I know that Nigeria can never, ever be better. We know that very well. The whole world understands that Nigeria can never, ever be better. Why are you pinning your hopes on it? You're pinning your hopes on it so you can go to Dubai, like Atiku and the rest of them, and buy houses for your wives and your concubines. You are doing so because you think it's the turn of your village to eat money. And I have consistently asked this question. Biden, that has just been confirmed as the US president, is he from your village? Boris Johnson from the United Kingdom, is he from your village? Is Angela Merkel from your ethnic group? I'm asking you in the zoo. But you prefer to live in all these countries, which means that ethnicity is irrelevant. What matters is the policies being pursued by any specific or particular government or regime, not where they come from. When people tell you nonsense about it is our turn, why don't we wait till 2023? They are only deceiving you. And if you allow yourselves to be deceived, things can only get worse. Fulani terrorists will take over your land. Time and time again, I have warned you on this very matter, but some of you never ever listened. I told our Yoruba friends,
Oh, you do, I bought. Oh, Mary, oh,
You have heard from our supreme leaders in Nandekam. May Chukwu Gabiama continue to guide him and protect him. It doesn't matter the attack they bring to him. It doesn't matter their
Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapoli Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Unapoli Mary Nandi go only do I walk. O Mary Wone Lizu Giroya Abakare. Mamanda ora, Unapuri Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three.
Nnamdi win the war. Nnamdi win the war. Nnamdi win the war. Nnamdi win the war.
They will never ever defeat us. They cannot defeat us, Nnamdi Kanu. He will definitely join us very soon. Wherever you are, any place you're watching from, please sit at home, starting from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday. Sit at home. It is necessary. The template have been given. It is for your own benefit. It is for my own benefit. Do not put yourself in the arm's way. It is to save you. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every Biafrans all over the world. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect every Oduduwa all over the world. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect our ESN, the volunteer force, the BNL, BNG, all the volunteer force that are going to face a difficult time. They are going to go into a very strong time. Everyone that are going to go into operation very soon. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect them and secure every one of them. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect and secure our Umuada, Honorable Azuka. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect her. Protect Umuada and their husbands. All their families will be protected. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect all our media warriors. Secure them. Build a wall of fire around them. No weapon of the enemy will penetrate them. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect Sunday Igboho. Guide and protect Professor Akintoye. Secure them and give them more inspiration, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa. We commit him into the hand of Chukwu Okike Abiama. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to increase his wisdom, increase his mental toughness. At this difficult time, when difficult decisions will be taken, may Chukwu Okike Abiama give him wisdom, give him knowledge, give him inspiration, teach him more, reveal more things to him that he will lead us until we get into the promised land. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect our Supreme Damazi Nnamdi Kanu. Secure him, be with him, guide him and protect him, bear him in his hands. No poison that is being injected in his body will have effect. No poison that is being fed with will have effect. May Chukwu Okike Abiama send his doctors to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to continue to monitor him, guide him, protect him, and secure him. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Thank you so much for joining me on this broadcast. I appreciate every one of you who have connected with me. Thank you so much and stay blessed. I will see you again tomorrow in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Thank you and stay safe.
But there is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you. That they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was brought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IGOB belongs to the Most High. and that is how it's going to be.
Ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume, ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume, ihe na-adịghị ekwe omume ka ọ na-eme. And I will announce to you today, we are now fighting them back. And we will continue to fight them back until we get to a point where the international community will listen to how they kill us and how we pick up arms to fight back.
We are live and we are direct. They are panicking. Zoo is panicking. Zoo is panicking. I tell you the truth. It doesn't. I don't care who you are. I don't care.
I have not just I will, I have become your last bus stop. And said it from the beginning till now. I will be your end until Biafra come. Ichigo munu pakigem. Munyu nite. Ana mesunu there. Unu ga no gide there aso until Biafra will come.
And what we want to make abundantly clear is that we are warning everybody who is a stakeholder in the zoo about our determination and our resolve to ensure that our land is defended. This is a resolution we have reached, and it is cast in stone.
Manadan araka wankano wame soti budene no bokwanto edam babi na ngachiazo oganira romako
nsọpụrụ dịrị eze daalụ.
Kelee Chineke jara ma
The information is that from December 9, December 10, December 11, December 12, and December 14, nobody should be seen outside. It is secret. Stay in your house. Use this time. Use today, still 8. Buy everything you need. Stay in your house. Come out.
Anybody, any chairman of any market that is opened, any market you open, the chairman will hear from us. In Biafra land, any market you open, you will hear from us. We lost 5 million people. And you can, if you don't sit at home, we'll make you sit at home by force. People, no wonder we are suffering. You would have no appreciation of the sacrifice of the dead. You think everything is mercantilism, is buying and selling. You convert every situation into a currency. You always look at the monetary value of every circumstance you find yourself in. That is why we have saboteurs and traitors within. They want to convert their position into money, so that Abuja can recognize them and come and give them money. But we'll get all of you one after. And they are so-called political elites. Everybody wants to be politically correct. Everybody wants to be politically correct. Everybody wants to please Fulani because of 2023. Because they control INEC, they control CBN, they control everything. Your political future. In fact, if they can put this on them in power, what can they not do? All of you were there claiming this is our nation, Nigeria, without shit. You people, you